Okay, dude. Out in front of Davenport here. Um, 30, almost 500 square feet of house built in 71. 4 bed, 3 bath, 3.5 bath. So a little goofy as far as the master bedroom's concerned. I'll show you that. As far as like short-term rental house, this thing will kill it and will do an incredible job. As far as personal home, it's a little bit wonky. The neighborhood is really cool. It's different. It might feel a little bit dumpy to you based on some of the like Scottsdale neighborhoods that we've seen. It's old, like it's an older neighborhood, so we've got some older homes. They're spread out. This is on 35,000 feet a lot. All of these are 35,000 feet a lot. There's new builds. If you tore this thing down and built a little bit bigger home, there's houses in here that are going 4, 5, 6, $7 million. Like there's a giant upside, but there's still leftover stuff like this house here. So they're spread out. They have like it's a deserty neighborhood vibe, no sidewalks. So a bit of a different feel. Again, straight Airbnb, this thing is killer. As far as personal use, it's just a lot, right? Like 35,000 feet of lot, like you're raking, your yard guys are maintaining stuff. There's tons of trees and, weeds that grow on this stuff. So it's just a lot of maintenance as far as personal stuff would go, but cool house and fits the short-term rental vibe. They haven't done anything with this entryway here. This could definitely be a seating area or something off of that little entryway. Lower ceilings. This is probably 8 feet or so. I can almost touch it. So no vaulted ceilings in here. They've done a pool table hang zone right off the front. Kitchen couldn't be better for a large group of people hanging out here. We've got gas to the property, I believe. I see a gas stove over there. So this is your main guest bedroom spaces. There's 3 bedrooms down here with 2 bathrooms. Kitchen rotates through here. Nice Frigidaire there. Huge island for hanging out. Windows to the backyard. Big slider here opens up for everything. Dining space. We've got like a little tiny gym and master bedroom down there and a giant living space right behind here. So as far as accomplishing short-term rental stuff, this thing is cool, and we've got a great backyard. Again, personal-wise, it's just a lot. A lot of maintenance, a lot of backyard space you maybe don't need. The neighborhood has a different vibe. It's again, upside for down the road potential. This neighborhood's going to grow. You're going to have 5, 6, 7, $8 million houses next to you. So I'll give you, this is kind of just like a crammed hall space of bedrooms. So we've got one here that looks like a queen or something. I didn't open all the windows and stuff. It's dark when these are all blackout shade windows, so it would be a lot brighter. This is one of the guest bathrooms. So this bedroom right here and this bedroom would share this bathroom. This is one of the other, they got a queen in here. Again, would be a lot brighter if I opened that. And then they've crammed 4 queens in here. That's a slider to the backyard. And this has its own bathroom. So this was probably the layout of the house originally. Again, this is 1971. Yeah. So this was the master of the house originally. And the way that these would have been laid out is there would have been 3 bedrooms right here, this master. These 2 bedrooms would have shared this. And you would have had this entryway here. You would have had a dingy little kitchen. All the plumbing in the house attached to itself kind of right here. And then this has all been added at some point. Maybe it's kind of hard to tell where, but all of this side of the house was an addition of some sort at some point. So this is the big living space. Again, huge room. Got a golden tee. They've got darts. huge space for a large group of people to hang out. Obviously, you can see it's always sunny in Scottsdale. They're just trying to vibe this thing out for their tenants, Pac-Mans, right? Not the biggest table for having a large group of people. You could do something bigger there, but again, a giant island. You can see how doors and everything is just totally different on this side of the house. This was all an addition at some point. So there's a little goofy, maybe 80 square foot space right here that they've called the gym. I don't know if you do something different with that. Obviously a hall closet here. This is a half bathroom that they've done a nice job with that most guests would use. And then this is kind of like a landing zone, laundry space, primary bedroom, garage. So garage here, giant 3-stall garage, huge space. Entryway, kind of a landing zone. These are like kind of like lockers and stuff for kids or whatever, landing zone. This has to be a little bit of a room of some deal. They've got that locked, but that's a storage unit of some sort. Kind of a linen pantry. This house has a ton of storage. And then a big giant laundry room that exits to the backyard, which is cool. Lots of storage in here as well. And then your master bedroom, I opened that window so we could see. There's plenty of light. I mean, this, again, Airbnb house. This is awesome. Big closet here. It's your primary. Okay, so this is where it gets weird. This is the bathroom for the master bedroom. And it's nice. I mean, granite. They've got a giant shower here. Is that a dual head? No, just a single head there. But nicely done. Tub, dual vanity, toilet. But this is weird, right? So this is the master bedroom. There's another bedroom that as Airbnb, they've stuck a bed here. This would probably be more considered an office or something. As far as being off the master bedroom there. So kind of weird. Again, storage for days in this house. There's linen closet everywhere you look. So I'm going to kick some of these lights off as I'm going. So a little funky that you've got a bedroom and a bedroom that could also be an office or something. That would be cool. All right, let's go check outside. Again, as far as Airbnb, I think you couldn't do much better than this. Location close to Kierland, easy freeway jaunt down to Old Town. We're facing south here. Patio, hang zone. They've got a, looks like sink. I'm kind of surprised. So that's all just storage, trash. It's not really a fridge there. TV. That's not really built in. That gas. What the heck is that? That's a grill. But they've got games everywhere. Obviously, the whole point of the short-term rental is just kind of games everywhere. Big pool, big grass area. Got tons more patio over here. Yeah, you can kind of see up here the level of the house. You can kind of see the original house was here, and then they added on all of that side with the master and everything. So somebody did at some point. So we've got a giant pool here, which is cool. That's an old diving pool. And then they've got this gigantic in-ground, kind of above-ground hot tub. So that is really neat as well. That you'd probably have that kind of going all year long for your guests. It's really neat. Patio here of tables and hang zones. We've got putting greens over here. Nice kind of lined, bushes and stuff to kind of create privacy from neighbors. And then we've got horse stalls and pickleball basketball court back here. So again, just a lot of maintenance. I mean, you gotta have a yard guy here all the time. This is dropping stuff everywhere. I would consider maybe at some point pulling up this. I can't remember what this is called, but this is like a cheese grater. I bet the cement underneath it isn't in the best shape. So if you pulled that up, you'd have to have it kind of resurfaced for a good pickleball court. But cool space. Again, this has become very popular. Got lights in here already. Fire pit out here, which is, people are going to want and enjoy. And then we've got a bunch of these horse stalls back here. They've just put up a bunch of hammocks and things. Doesn't seem like they're really utilizing this much. I bet it's not super cheap to rip all of this out. I don't know if there's anything else you could consider doing with it. They've got horseshoe deal set up. What are they calling this? Welcome to the ranch. See if anything's in this. No, just like storage space. So anyway, as far as Airbnb, this couldn't be cooler. I think it accomplishes everything you could want with an Airbnb. With a personal deal, I think it's just a lot of work, a lot of maintenance, a giant yard. I think there's massive upside in a neighborhood like this, but that might also require you to do some extra work to it. There's quite a bit of pool equipment over here. That's a heater and cooler component. You've got 2 heaters here, obviously one for the pool, one for the giant hot tub over there, 2 filters. So a lot of stuff going on in this scenario, this space. And they've decked it out, again, with every kind of thing you could think of as far as what short-term guests would like. Hang zones, ping pong. It's like a sturdy outdoor one. That looks like a raft. Hammocks everywhere. This is off the master bedroom here. So cool house for Airbnb. Not totally sure it's the vibe personally, but let me know. Check you later.